Hi friends, I'm Nina G. Welcome to another chair yoga video. This practice is going to be all in our chair today. It's a great practice for calming the mind, calming the nervous system, and getting ready for bed. A good night's sleep, we hope. So you'll need your chair, maybe something to connect your feet to the floor with, and that's all. Please join me. As I said, our entire practice is seated today, so make sure that you're comfortable in your chair. I'm connecting my feet to the floor with these yoga blocks. You could use a rolled up blanket or a large book or something like that, just so your feet feel like they're connected. We can rest the palms up in the lap. You can feel that support of the chair behind you. And for today's practice, we're going to use a mantra or a word, some positive quality that we're going to use. For instance, I'm going to use the word peace. So with each inhale in my head, I'm thinking the word peace. And on the exhale, the word peace. Inhaling peace, exhaling peace. And we'll just do that, following that peace in and out with each breath. Eyes may be soft or closed. Smooth out the breath. And then we'll release that mantra. Just let that go. We're going to move to the edge of our chair now, connecting our feet directly to the floor. And it all depends on what kind of chair you have. This one's kind of big, and my legs are kind of short, so that's why I slide to the edge of the chair and put my feet directly on the floor. But my back is away from the back of the chair now so that I can sit up tall using these core muscles to keep me tall. Once we get there and our feet are firmly planted, we're going to interlace our fingers in front of us. Just interlace the fingers softly, and we'll start to make some slow, lazy figure eights or infinity signs. Just some slow movements. Continue to breathe, although there's no specific breathing pattern here. And you might notice sensations in wrists and forearms as we do this. We'll go the other way now. Now let's pause in the center. Look at your hands. Notice which thumb's on top, and we're going to switch it up and put the other thumb on top. So now we're in that non-habitual way, kind of the weird way. And we're going to come back to those lazy figure eights. Might take a little bit of thinking to get it started, but we can do it. And then we'll reverse that direction. So we're requiring the brain to kick in here and help us figure this out. And that's good for us, good for the nervous system. And then release the clasp of the hands. You can let the hands rest in your lap and notice sensations or energy in the palms, the wrists, into the forearms, maybe as high as the elbows. Just noticing those sensations. Okay, now we're going to move to our right hand. We're going to just make some easy circles with the wrists. And you'll notice that my fingers are just following along. They're long. I could spread them wide if I wanted to. I could wiggle my fingers as I do it and go the other way. Now, if we don't want to do the long fingers, we can make a real soft fist. You can put your thumb on the outside. Give that a try as well. Make sure you go in both directions. So the sensations are a little different when we use just the one hand. For sure, now we're getting into that forearm. Fingers are getting a little more action. And then pause, put the hand back down in your lap. Notice how that feels. We'll switch to the left hand now. Same thing, making some easy circles with the wrist. Hand can be open or closed into a soft fist. We want to make sure that we go in both directions, exploring all the movement in the wrist. And again, we don't want to cause pain here, but just move in a way that feels good for you. And then when we've finished making circles, all the different ways, we'll let the hand rest in the lap. We'll tune into those sensations in the left hand, wrist, and forearm. Okay, now we're going to add on. So it'll be our right hand and our left ankle, left foot and ankle. You have a couple of choices. You might extend that leg in front of you and turn the foot while you're turning the hand. Or if that's not going to work for you today, you could keep your toes on the floor and just make some small circles with the ankle. Either way, we get started. Oh, and the very first thing that I notice, I heard a big crack there. The very first thing that I notice is without thinking about what I'm doing, my hand and my foot are going in two different directions. So now I'm going to switch them. Again, you could do the soft fist, you can do the long fingers, but it's just kind of interesting to note what's automatic. Can you make them both go in the same direction? That's kind of fun. And then make them both go the other way. And then put the foot back down, put the hand back down. Now we have some things to notice in that foot too. Foot and ankle, maybe even into the shin and the calf. Take a breath. We'll do the other side. Left hand, right foot and ankle. With that, see, automatically, without paying attention, my foot and my ankle go in two different directions. I just think that's kind of interesting. And then go the other way with it. Yeah. And maybe yours does that too, or maybe you automatically start everything in the same direction. These are the kind of things that are fun to explore. Go in the same direction if that wasn't the way you were going already, or switch it up, going into opposite directions. Always fun. And then put that foot down, put the hand down. Take a moment to notice those sensations now in the right foot. So crossing the midline of the body, crossing those hemispheres of the brain. This side of the brain is telling that foot what to do. This side of the brain was telling my wrist what to do. And they had to communicate and work together. Always good. So what do you think we're going to do next? All four. You might want to slide back a little so you feel a little more stable on your chair. You can lift up the feet. Again, I'm not making them really high, just lifting them up enough to clear the floor. You may keep your toes on the floor if that feels better. And now let's see what happens here. So automatically, my hands are going opposite one another. And my feet were going the same way. It's very interesting to see how that goes. Switcheroo, go the other direction. And then what happens if we make them all go the same way if they weren't doing that already? Make sure we cover all four directions. It's always fun to explore these different aspects of the body. And then we'll put the feet back down. We'll let the hands rest in the lap. You might want to slide out to the edge again, just so your feet can be connected to the floor securely. Take a breath. See how you feel. Okay, we're going to go back to that right hand, but this time we're going to add the arm. So we'll take an inhale, reach the arm up, sit up tall. Now this might be a really long arm for you, or it might be a cactus arm. Depends on how your shoulder's feeling today. And then the exhale is going to float it down. So we're going to add in the breath. We'll alternate arms. So we'll inhale, take right arm up, sitting tall. And as we exhale, we'll float the right arm back down. And then we'll go with the left arm. So see how this side feels. Again, making adjustments as you need. The exhale will float it down. Try it again. Try one more on each side. And pause. Okay, now we're going to add in a leg. So this time, as we take right arm up, we're going to lift the left leg. And then we'll lower it right back down. And then we'll switch to the left side. The inhale's going to take the left leg, right arm, and we lower. Now, if that doesn't serve you, lifting the leg that way, we can pick up just the heel or just the toes. You decide what's right for you. We'll do 3 rounds. So as we inhale, we're going to take right arm, left leg. Exhale, float it down. Now, left arm, right leg. And follow your breath. You might be breathing faster or slower than I am. It's fine. And then pause when you finish with left hand, right leg. And now you know what we're going to do. We're going to slide back a little bit and we're going to do 2 arms, 2 legs. Always knowing that you can lift the heels or lift the toes instead of extending the legs in front of you. When you're ready, we'll release the arms down by the side. We'll inhale, arms, legs lift. And the exhale floats everything back down. Let's try that 2 more times. Inhaling and exhaling. Last one. And now let your hands rest in your lap. Tune into sensations in the body. Okay, now we're going to move to those hands and arms. Tune into the healing power of your hands. We'll stack the hands at the heart. Now I'm going to try to be real careful with my microphone here. Stack hands at heart center. Notice which hand's on top for you. Just notice, because we're going to try and remember to alternate. So pause here for a moment. Let's take 3 breaths with that mantra in mind. So again, inhaling that special word and exhale. Eyes are soft. They could be closed. And when you've completed that 3rd breath, 3rd and final exhale, we release the mantra and we'll add some movement in now. So as we inhale, we're going to open the arms wide. Elbows are soft, shoulders are soft. When we exhale, we're going to bring hands back to heart, different hand on top. So alternate the arms. Inhale, open. Exhale, hands back to heart. Try that again. Opening. Different hand on top. One more. Okay, so this next round, we're going to make it a little bit more of a hug. So notice what hand's on top. We're going to open the arms wide. And this time we'll take hands to opposite shoulders. Drop the chin. Open wide. Maybe look up. Exhale, hands to opposite shoulders. Drop the chin. Different hand on top. Open. Close, crossing to opposite shoulders. One more. Now, open the arms wide. Let's lift the chin, lift the gaze. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And then let's give ourselves that hug again, crossing arms over. Don't worry about what arm's on top. Drop the chin. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And then we'll open the arms wide and release them back to our lap. Notice how that feels in the body. Still working with that slow, smooth breath. Okay, we're going to play with our arms a little bit more. So this time, as we inhale, we're going to circle the arms up. We're going to let the right arm go all the way up. And again, up might mean here, it might mean here with a soft elbow, anywhere in that range. But you notice my left arm stopped at the shoulder. So when I exhale, my right arm's going to float down, and when it gets to shoulder height, my left arm engages as well, and they both come down. Then we're going to switch to the other side. So the inhale is going to take that left arm all the way up. Right arm stops at my shoulder. We float the left arm down. It picks up its neighbor, and we go all the way down. Again, engaging that brain, working both hemispheres simultaneously. So let's release the arms down by our side. When you're ready, slow inhale, right arm all the way up. As we exhale, the right arm starts to float down, and then the left arm comes down with it. Inhaling, left arm all the way up. Exhaling, left arm starts to travel down, picks up the right arm, we go down. We'll do one more on each side. Right arm up. Left arm up. Let's take both arms up. Both arms up. Whatever that means for you today, it might be a cactus arm, that's fine. Float it back down. One more, we're going to take both arms up. We're going to stay here. You might even lift your gaze. And then float your arms back down. Let them rest in your lap. Notice how you feel. Moving into a little side body stretch now, side body stretch. So I'm going to put my left hand on my chair, and I'm going to work with my right arm. We're going to do the right side first. So when we inhale, we're going to reach that right arm up. It might be a big circle. It might be a reach from here. It might be fingers stay on shoulders and we come to here. Okay. So we're going to breathe into the right side of the rib cage. And we'll do 4 breaths like that. So we inhale to get up and over. And exhale, float back down. Now you can keep your gaze straight ahead if that feels okay on the neck, or you could look down. Now we're going to reach one more time. We're going to stay here. Stay here in this side body stretch. Breathe here. Both sitting bones are on your chair. And then we'll release that arm, float back down, nice tall spine. Let's bring both hands to the lap now. Notice how one side of the rib cage might feel a little different than the other. So we'll even that out now. I'm going to bring my right hand to the side of my chair. My left arm is going to be my moving arm so that I can get into this left side of the rib cage. When we're ready, we're going to take it up. Just try one just to see how it feels on your shoulder, knowing that you have a lot of different options here. Okay, and then float it down. And we'll do 4 like that. So we inhale and let the exhale bring it back down. And then the next time that we reach up, we're going to stay there, breathing into the left side body. Feeling the ribs expand and contract with each breath. And then on your next exhale, whenever that may be, we'll float the arm back down and let it rest in your lap. Now notice, have we evened out those sides? Feel a little taller? Okay, so to bring a little symmetry back into the body, let's bring our hands to our lap now, palms down. Let's slide them back so the hands are pretty close to the torso. Lift the sternum, the chin, the gaze, come into a little cow pose. And then when we exhale, we're going to slide the hands forward, we'll round, curling the upper back, dropping the chin, separating shoulder blades. So a little bit of a cat pose. Inhaling, arch the back, cow. Exhale, round, cat pose. So this doesn't have to be big. One more. And then sit up tall. Notice how you feel. We're going to come back to our right hand, palm up. Take it out to the side. Now, your special word, whatever it is, remember I'm using the word peace myself. When we inhale, we're going to take that word, that special quality, and as we exhale, we're going to bring that arm across the body and over to the opposite shoulder, installing that quality into the body. And you can turn your head if you like. So we inhale, open, same arm, gather that peace, exhale, gentle twist, installing it into the body. Now, you can touch your body if you like. I've got that microphone on, so I'm just kind of hovering. But peace on the inhale, peace on the exhale. Next time we come to that little twist with our right arm reaching across to left shoulder, let's look back over left shoulder. And then stay in your twist, but take your head and look over right shoulder. And then untwist, open the arm wide, float it back down to your lap. We'll do the other side, left hand. Gathering what you need. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring that hand across to opposite shoulder. It's like opposite collarbone. Inhale, open. Exhale, using that mantra. This time when we come into that twist, we're going to stay there. We're going to look over right shoulder. And then we'll look over the left shoulder, staying in the twist. And then we'll untwist. Bring that hand back to your lap. Take a breath and notice how you feel. Hopefully a greater sense of calm. Let's bring our hands back to the torso. We'll do another round, 3 breaths of cat and cow. Inhaling, filling up. Here's cow. Exhale. Belly button goes back. We round into our cat pose. Not a big move, but a nice move to bring that symmetry back into the body. And then sit up tall. Okay, we're going to take our hands now. Real soft fingers, think raindrops. Doo, 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 doo. Going to give ourselves a little shampoo massage here with your little raindrop fingers, starting at the crown of the head, and go all the way around. And you can use all 10 together like that, or you can just do tap, 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 like raindrops. And then come to your face and maybe a little tap, tap, tap right at that third eye, that space between the eyebrows, and then go around the eye. Just soft, gentle taps. Get in front of the ear, soften the jaw, tap, tap, tap down the jaw, tap, tap, tap back up the jaw. You might go behind the ears and back up to the head, however you want to do it. Let this feel good. Let this allow you to release. I really like hitting those sinuses, going around the sinuses. Okay, now pause. We're going to move to our shoulders. So I'm going to put my left elbow in my right palm, take my left hand across to my left shoulder, and grab onto that steel cable right there and see if you can get a little release. Trying very hard not to ruin my microphone here. So release that tension in the shoulder. Yes. And then take your left hand to the outside of your right shoulder. We can release the elbow. And we're going to make a gentle twisting move down the arm. So my left hand is twisting, but also my right arm is twisting. Very gentle movements down the arm. It's a nice little massage movement. You can go all the way to the palm, pick up your hand, start at the top again, all the way down. Gentle twisting. And then when you get down to the hand, take your left palm into the palm, give it a little squeeze. And we'll do all 5 fingers now. So I'm going to take my thumb and pointer to the base of my pinky and do a little gentle twist and pull. Be kind to your fingers, especially if you're dealing with any arthritic joints there. Ring finger, middle finger, gentle twist and pull. Pointer finger, gentle twist and pull. Thumb. And then let your right hand rest in your lap. Notice how it feels so different from the left. So you know we're going to do the left. Take your left palm, put your right elbow in it. That's just to support that arm. You don't have to do as much work. Take your right hand across to right shoulder. Give yourself a few nice releases there. See if you can't soften the tension in that steel cable of your shoulder, right? And then come to the outside of the shoulder. You can release and put your left hand down. And then we're going to make that twisting motion as we go down the arm. So my hand is twisting and my left arm is twisting. Then I go back up to the top and I do it all over again. And then once you get down, you take your right thumb into the palm of your left hand. Gentle movement here. And then we'll do each finger. So we start at the base of the pinky and just a gentle twist out to the nail. Ring finger, middle finger, pointer, thumb. And now rest that hand palm up in your lap. Now we might slide back into our chair. I'm going to grab my blocks though and sit comfortably. And we're going to rest for about 1 solid minute here. Eyes can be soft or closed. Just be. And now, my friends, remain seated. We'll come back to our mantra. So for this next minute, with each inhale, bring in that quality. And with each exhale, share it. Thinking in your head, your mantra. And now we'll release that mantra. You can blink open your eyes, maybe bring a little bit of motion into your fingers. If you're ready for bed now, go ahead. But I'm going to slide to the edge of my chair and connect my feet to the floor. Sit up tall. Notice how you feel. And thank yourself for taking time to practice yoga. Stay well, my friends. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.